It's the universe's final joke, a seething existential prank wrapped in drywall. And despair you fall into level when the backrooms decide they're done toying with your pathetic sense of hope. One moment you're strolling through almond-drenched purgatory, the next you're vomiting colors and screaming through eternity. This level loops every 34 seconds. You heard that right. Time folds in on itself, like origami crafted by Satan's sleep-deprived. In turn, walls melt, the floor weeps, gravity humps your shadow, and you're still stuck trying to finish your internal monologue from 8 seconds ago before it resets again. Every single loop leaves a trace of you. You think you're adapting. No, you're mutating. You watch yourself in third person, mouthing prayers you forgot you knew your own voice. A chorus of regrets, the flickering lights, Morse code spelling out the trauma you haven't even had yet. They say people disappear in level because their minds leave. First the body stays, it shudders, it decays, and when the loop resets, it's still twitching. They're screaming your mother's name backward, and if by some divine clerical error you escape, oh congratulations, you're permanently wrong. Now enjoy perceiving clocks as living organisms and crying blood whenever you smell drywall. Water coats the floor knee-high in places like tears. The level cried before it got bored and flooded itself. It's cold, not metaphorically, I mean bone-coring, marrow-freezing cold. The longer you stand in it, the more your muscles lock in place, whispering, lie down, rest. There's peace in hypothermia, and that's before you see the faces in the water. Yeah, the water has memories, or maybe it is memories yours, someone else's, doesn't matter. Every splash is a scream that didn't get heard. Look long enough, and you'll see your childhood birthday party next to a corpse wearing your future smile. Touch the water. Don't it learns worse than the ambience are the things that don't move. Statues, people, ghosts, they stand submerged to the waist, motionless, eyes shut tight. You want to believe they're asleep, but if you blink too long, they've moved just slightly, 1 inch closer, head tilted, eye open. And the exit, they say it's at the altar in the deepest room. You just have to wade past the choir of frozen doppelgangers humming a hymn only suicidal architects understand. Don't mind the fact your skin is peeling off and petals keep walking. You enter through a hallway painted in Crayola vomit, smelling like expired cake, and something infinitely more organic. Welcome to the party. There are streamers, confetti, and a loop of children's laughter playing on speakers that sound like they've been crying forever. And the hosts, the partygoers, imagine if clowns had sex with latex mannequins in the middle of a Chernobyl meltdown. They're tall, rubbery, permanently grinning creatures who don't blink because they traded that reflex for enthusiasm. They love newcomers. They hug too long. Their hands don't let go. Their fingernails non-existent, replaced by sharpened confetti. The game's musical chairs. But if you lose, you're the next chair. Pinatas that bleed, ball pits that pull you down like quicksand, made of giggles and teeth. And the cake, don't it's still moving. You want to leave. You really, really want to leave. But the problem is everything here is too polite. The signs say stay, one more game, and your feet listen. The air is laced with something sweet and syrupy that makes your thoughts feel like melted marshmallow. You smile, you laugh, you don't mean to. You start playing along. You wear the party hat, you clap when someone else is devoured by the streamer serpent that lives in the ceiling tiles. And by the time the partygoers drag you into the guest room, you're already humming the anthem. Fun is forever. Fun is for you. Don't feel too bad. You make a great party favor. You walk its looping streets waiting for something to happen, and it will, oh it will, but not yet. First it wants you to relax, lure you into a rhythm. Lawn, mailbox, hedge, house, repeat, birds chirping a little too rhythmically, sprinklers hissing a coded warning. Then you notice the little things. The sky's not a sky, it's a painted ceiling, brush strokes visible if you squint. The breeze a low or from somewhere above, and the grass isn't grass, it's plastic filament. Warm to the touch. Why? Because someone or something wanted this to feel real, a simulation of normal made by an alien intelligence that read about humanity and decided to try it out with crayons and trauma. And then the mannequins come. At first they're inside the houses, watching from behind the curtains, motionless, but definitely closer the second time you look. Then they're on porches, then sidewalks, then behind you, always smiling, always watching, made in your image but slightly wrong. One wears your childhood backpack, one has your mole, one has your father's voice. If you try to leave, the roads stretch. One moment the exit's a few blocks away, then it's miles, then it's gone. Sometimes the houses rearrange, and now the street has no end. Congratulations, you're a sim now. God left the server, but the code still runs, and the update, yeah, it's bugged. Eventually, if you linger long enough, you become one of them. You take a house, you wave at the new arrivals, you mow the fake lawn that never grows. You smile that mannequin smile, and deep inside you scream, unheard beneath the soundtrack of Eternal Sunday. You wake up in a narrow, windowless hallway, then you find a window, you look through it and you see yourself, not your reflection. No, something much worse, a third-person view of yourself from behind. You turn around, nothing. But the window updates. Now you're walking. The version of you in the window is walking. Are you controlling it? Or is it controlling you? Eventually, you realize every step you take gets mirrored by that figure in the window just slightly out of sync. You start testing it. You raise your hand, it raises it a second late. You speak, it mouths your words, but adds something at the end. You can't hear it, but your lips move differently soon. There are more windows, ones that show you sleeping, ones that show you dead, ones that show you older, smiling in a house you don't recognize. You keep going, chasing clarity through panes of confusion. Some windows shatter when you look too long, some scream. One showed me my mother alive and well, asking why I left the stove on. There's a creature here too, of course there is. It's called the Looker. You never see it, but it sees you. The windows start pulsing with its breath. Fog curls around your ankles when it's near. Sometimes your reflection isn't alone anymore. You're standing behind yourself, breathing down your own neck. Eventually you realize that to escape, you need to find the right window, but no one knows which one that is. So people keep walking, keep watching, hoping, failing, dying, becoming more windows. You look into one final pane and you see this exact monologue playing. Hope you're enjoying the view. It's yellow. That's the first thing you notice. Not bright yellow, urine-soaked, faded yellow, the kind of yellow that used to be cheerful before time and despair soaked into the drywall. The carpets are moist always with what. Don't ask if you slip, it whispers. And the hum, God, the hum, a fluorescent migraine that burrows behind your eyes, constant monotone. It doesn't stop ever. People have clawed their eardrums out to escape. It didn't work. The hum keeps humming. It's empty, infinitely empty, endless, wallpapered corridors branching in anti-logic directions, left turns that lead back to themselves, ceilings that rise and fall based on how close your breakdown is. No landmarks, no time, no map, just you and your thoughts. Unfortunately, your thoughts brought friends. Time is unstable here. You might wander for an hour or a year and emerge 30 seconds older, but mentally aged into a crusty soup of fears. People report hallucinations, whispering vents, footsteps, one tall behind doorways that vanish mid-step. Some swear they found elevators, others found them too late. There is an entity here, or multiple, or none. That's the fun part. Some call it the stalker. You never see it, you only feel it. A sudden pressure behind your ribs, a draft on your neck in a sealed hallway, a shape in your peripheral vision that's always just a little too slow. People leave notes on the walls. Go back. Don't trust the lights. I miss spaghetti. You'll start leaving notes too eventually, even if you're alone, especially if you're alone. The real horror of level 0 isn't death, it's the idea that you'll never die here, that you'll just walk forever through that same yellow labyrinth, slowly forgetting your name, your life, your shape, until all that's left is a stain on the carpet that screams when no one's listening. You find yourself in a theater, grand, decadent, absurdly red, velvet on the walls, velvet on the chairs, velvet on your tongue. There's a stage, of course, but the lights are too bright to see what's on it. A play is happening. It always has been, it always will be. But the script, you don't have a copy. Nobody does. You're not alone. Hundreds, maybe thousands sit beside you, faces slack, eyes peeled open, clockwork, orange style. Some are whispering, some are screaming into closed mouths. One guy's trying to claw through the seat in front of him with a fork made of fingernails. And the worst part, you start to understand the play. It's about you, sort of a twisted dramatization of everything you've ever done wrong. Every bad decision, every secret thought. Scenes unfold on stage that you never told anyone about, like that time you lied to your mom about where you went after school. The actor playing her is a puppet, no strings, just screams. The roles change randomly. Your fifth-grade teacher becomes your lover. Your therapist is a clown with bleeding eyes. Every scene ends with the audience applauding in sync except you. You never clap. And every time you don't, the lights dim just a little more. People try to leave, sure, the exits bolted, melted, laughing. One guy burst into flames just trying to stand up. Another wandered backstage and came back with no mouth and eyes full of regret. Don't ask about the balcony, just don't. Eventually you get a role. A script is placed in your lap, handwritten in something warm and pulsing. You don't remember auditioning, you don't remember saying yes, but here you are, center stage. The spotlight burns, the crowd leans forward, and the director whispers, make it convincing. You open your mouth, and someone else's voice comes out. Skyscrapers scrape a fake sky, streets stretch beyond sight, always clean, always slightly damp, like they've just been hosed off after something bad. It's always 5:17 p.m. here, the golden hour, frozen long shadows, endless dusk. You keep expecting a breeze, it never comes. The buildings have windows, but no insides. Try to enter one, you'll find a lobby, maybe an elevator, but the higher you go, the less real things feel. By floor 3, the wallpaper starts breathing. By floor 10, the stairwell whispers your high school nickname. You'll stop ascending, not because you're scared, because the building won't let you. People, yes, kind of, you'll see them, but only the backs of their heads. A businessman in a suit with no face, a woman pushing a stroller that contains nothing but looping audio of a baby crying, a dog made of shadows and fingernails that barks in Morse code. You try to talk, they ignore you, or worse, they turn. Turning is bad. If they turn to face you, run. Their mouths are too wide. Their eyes look like yours, but wrong, like a child's drawing of your face after watching your worst memory on repeat. Some of them follow, some walk straight into walls, some just smile. The ads on the billboards change to your thoughts. Feeling lost, one asks you will, another offers almond water for 666 off. A third simply says HES back. No one knows who he is, but eventually you'll find the train station. Don't, the train doesn't go anywhere, or maybe it goes somewhere. Worse, people boarded, eyes bleeding, nostalgia. You hear them sobbing softly as the doors close, playing elevator music slowed to 30. Some say level 11 has exits, secret alleyways that blink in and out of existence. Others say there are no exits, that the level itself is a copy of every city ever dreamed and every nightmare ever paved over. You'll stay, you'll adapt, you'll become one of the people that never turns